I've lived in a coastal town all my life, and I'm used to driving home from work along the coast. The highway runs along the cliffs, the ocean on one side and the cliffs on the other. It's a nice drive most of the year, but this time of year the weather is really unpredictable. One minute it can be sunny and the next it can be foggy, like today. It was one of those days that started out sunny, then turned to cloudy and then to foggy. And by the time I was ready to head home from work, I couldn't see more than a few feet in front of me. I turned on my high beams and started driving. I knew there was a bridge up ahead where if I hit the fog just right, I could get a good view of the ocean, so I kept driving. As I approached the bridge, I saw a figure standing in the middle of it. I slowed down, thinking maybe they needed some help, or maybe they were just out for a walk despite the fog. But as I got closer, I realized they were just standing still. As I passed by, they didn't move. I thought about stopping and asking if they were okay, but figured they probably knew how dangerous it was and would move aside if they needed to. So I kept going. About 100 yards down the road, I slammed on my brakes. I don't know what made me do it, but I turned around and slowly drove back toward the bridge. As I got closer, my heart started racing. I couldn't see the person anymore. I could only hear the faint sound of water splashing. I pulled over and got out of the car. Then I walked to the edge of the bridge and looked down. There was nothing there. I could see the water churning below, but there was no sign of the person. I don't know why I was so scared. Maybe it was the isolation, the fact that it was getting dark, or that I knew there was no one around to help if I fell. But I was terrified. I slowly walked back to my car, keeping an eye out for anything at all. When I finally got back in my car and slammed the door, I was shaking. I don't think I'll ever forget the feeling of that day, the isolation, the fear, the helplessness. All I can remember is the sound of the waves crashing below and the person who was never there.